and I'm coming to deal with the hypocrisy of air footballers, coaches, and it's uncle. Now, my main shas here, free in Senhununa Rafinha, can last week. Na ya na mpenifo say o pama aboa na we nya na o se ne ho bon. Rafinha say
anka OPB abo ho.
Rafinha say many people say that Europeans are making many excuses, but giving up vacation is very difficult. It is really terrible to give up your vacation only to end up forced to play. At no point did anyone ask the players if they wanted to play the Club World Cup. Prince, the Spanish Super Cup. Now when him say it was the winner of the La Liga and the winner of the Copa del Rey.
Yes.
No Spanish Super Cup no ombo he.
Ombo America.
Saudi Arabia.
Saudi Arabia.
How many teams nebo? 4. Rafinha. Osek Spanish Super Cup na okobo Saudi Arabia no. Javier Tebas mo omo friend no phone so ebisa no so Rafinha Barcelona players sisiano Super Cup no yasesemu nti ye pese ye kan den ye kobo Saudi Arabia obi bisa no nti Champions League na no mo pra age no omo je yanko ombeka se Club World Cup no mo kobo ana. You see footballers any coaches in semhunu and almost sorry and they are self of entitlement and omoka mumuti Europe mummabobo 57 games ni 60 games mumusu omo free South America buy no omo 78-80 games omunsu omo 78-80 games omunsu na to see senebaya the American about Rafinha no menya a proper contest Jurgen Klopp and so ne dia ode atoja. Jurgen Klopp say Club World Cup is the worst idea ever implemented in football. People who have never had anything to do.
No, but hold on, Joe. Hold on. Na main kai we bia obeti de Rafinha no can see or see if PSG reaches the Club World Cup final, they had to they would have the Super Cup in a month. It doesn't stop. It depends on the point of view. From my point of view, it's very bad to give up a vacation to play something that you are obliged to. At no point did they ask the players if they wanted it.
And me bisa no say Super Cup na ye dey call Saudi Arabia no because previously the Super Cup you play just one game. Super Cup na ye standing no dey call Saudi Arabia na oye din ko boy na omo share Madrid in the final eji na no oji nani no obi bisa no but you see me say me we Jurgen Klopp then na me who say Rafinha ne other players they cannot cry. Jurgen Klopp say the Club World Cup is being championed by people who have nothing to do with day-to-day business, are coming up with ideas. Perhaps not everyone has recognized the real problem yet. Then the next season, players will suffer injuries they have never had before. If not this season, then it will happen at the World Cup or afterwards. Now, a year on a connected to a party issue. Now, me can some way in our boom send a bear prince ebe connecting will be at me point and I say ka hence Romaniga Bayern CEO or say I get why they are frustrated, but players and their agents, coaches have played parts in this. By constantly demanding higher wages, they have pushed clubs to chase bigger revenues. And where does that money come from? More matches. That's why I believe it is time for everyone involved to come together and have a calm, rational conversation about how we can bring the game and the business behind it back to more balanced and sensible times. every negotiations that I have been in, players and coaches are always going up.
98.9.
Now, Rafinha, they are all kind of complaining. Prince, what is a player be or Emma Crystal Palace and Brentford complaining about too many games before?
Their clubs are not top tier clubs.
No, ba. What?
Because their clubs are not top tier clubs.
Yes.
They don't get to play in the Europa,
Yes.
Champions League, Conference
And they are
League.
not earning big money.
Big money, yes.
They are not earning. Jurgen Klopp at the time, obe signing ni Liverpool contract first. No man, 7.7 million a year. Or extending the contract around 2019. Or they call 15 million pounds. Obisa Liverpool for the baby going as a free.
Nanke so busa.
No, you see, players, almost charge when they are negotiating. Do they ask the clubs? So, your revenue cost.
Na so mo busa na.
No, so if you don't ask,
how will you know their source of revenue?
how do
income?
you know?
They bring them money. Why do you complain?
I see Odi on the shirt.
And let me see. You see
Bayern
Odi.
Munich.
You see Odi.
Yes.
You see Odi. Where be sir? Because Karen Sromiga last year.
I see
Last every year.
I see Etihad.
No,
City.
No,
that's where the money is
that alone?
No,
Enough.
See, every year, the clubs they announce their financial statement. Every year, in fact, Barcelona players, at the time that the club was going bankrupt, in fact, Karl-Heinz Rummenigge say last year, TV rights revenue for Bayern Munich, it went up 2%. Wages for the first team, it went up between 15 to 25%.
Because you want to attract big boys.
No,
big name players.
98.9.
Sasikano, you are Sir Alex Ferguson. The highest money or any in his career in a year was 7.7 million pounds. Whoa, club. Babel and our team Fergie now would you 50 million. You see, meaning a young crophobia koji sika radio station bokumas next can as pa. Catch so show 3 times a day no share. Now only MPs
three
shows in a day. Say and only MPs pay now yes 3 shows a day also. So you see, anything that Karl-Heinz Rummenigge can say. If you more complaining about more games, and you see Jurgen Klopp, SMB, you see example about NBA players, omunya 4 months, NBA players, Oklahoma players,
tender.
more than 85 games. More than 85 games.
So because of 2 conferences, and some normal back.
More than 85 games. Wabo 57. Now, no, Yamano Bosomi Miensa resta. Complaining.
No, but
almost 85 games.
Club, are you not as someone club where can I say I fear. Ne fears no won't you
no
agree with ne fears the players no ebe prepare
ne fears no
because players no prayer who club no kra e wa said yes o hwe no obebo ne ho ka obetua ne wait na we prayer not ho
player ben and na we pray ye ntua ne sika ma no.
And so if the point no can say with this sikachi na mo de koje more matches na players na enough time and rest that.
And let me see.
They will get injured.
Are the clubs complaining? The clubs no more. A player bang away prayer. But so many in the check of crowd that. So you see, the players and the coaches are making unrealistic demands from the teams. And he, me see ebe kakrano. Eye obi ko face kaba ye bebo ball in the non teams no be kwa kwache. Oh, I see. because and
Ye mo boy nyumiri nko a. No, what bobo afternoon.
oh yeah, and you may be sakobo.
Aden.
Because the players are making unrealistic demands.
Kekesi asempa o coste Bournemouth for ahwe Liverpool enu agi omu 55 million.
Enya no kekesi no. Oji around be 35 to 40,000 pounds a week. Liverpool be pay now or say yeah man 120,000. Now obaji 120,000 now you do matches. Now Bournemouth every 40 up sister. Who be complaining? Na you see last one no. Praise and they Argentina Italian league na egu no. Enyeska. Enti Brentford to me nya akokodro kofa AC Milan akokobe de bi eji na Brentford akobosiketuo
No aje.
no akoje. The players and the coaches are bleeding the clubs. In fact, they are they are bleeding the club. So don't come and tell us that and a game so no also. And I'm saying Jurgen Klopp was signing the contract first. No, just 7.7 million.
Or renew 2019.
2019.
2019 set as no Beji League 2019 2020. No.
Or renew yano. Or renew yano. Or they call 15 million. Me see. Obisa Liverpool for no. Say, mo profit margin. Saying
FNG for no.
Mohamed Salah. They are when you do. You said to so cosmetic so. In fact, we're saying Cristiano Salah anya Salah bisa Liverpool owners no. Say a club ni si kasem te saying. Your profit margin.
Et is saying.
Asempa
mame ko asempa so. I don't know what you make of club. Or say I fear that next season players will suffer injuries they have never had before. If not, then it will happen at the World Cup or afterwards. Because more matches, more stress on their legs.
As I'm referring, I'm saying, a club no, ono a hypocrite. I did be osisana no. As I'm okay. Next 4 years, then everybody, ni team, ebo bia obi so obeka different because papa way. And a Man United send Pogba. Obeka try say the day football will get to a time that we are spending 70 million on players, he is going to resign and leave the game. Or no,
Van Dijk.
Or no, and Van Dijk. Or 100 million euros. Ed because I need dying with Nunes. Edu wana ye bisa no what as mo kan. Or say now the times any so on one kasano as and they only team in Tiao. Jurgen Klopp, big time hypocrite.
Na so numpo no. So numpo ko Abi Salzburger. Okuta senior management.
He's a senior management. Adentina.
Playing at this.
Adentina on can't so. Momo.
Asempa. Jurgen Klopp. Wasi ono de ne consensus players na e be prepare no. One na nya adwen.
Inti bogus. Bogus. Let's not glorify it. Na you ha. Any about World Cup in December.
Uncle, see about the summer.
Yes. You World Cup in December. Obi complaining here. Come on, complaining here. You see, so Charlie, let's.
Oh, sir, no, dear, na weather ne.
But we are born campaign.
Mid-season. I go
World Cup. So you should understand. A young club, no, on TRC. I was just say, now go Liverpool. Say na. Na Liverpool qualify anka because on kobo
eno ye coach wo ha say onye Liverpool coach
I say na make am say nka na me say nka no nka on kobo
obe kobo ba obe nya no reservations obe won no reservations
you see
say say
for me
akwa osum
ni
enti animia no de ba koye but on the obusa na ne personal views and all share no say and so was Salzburg but ye busa na waka ho asem say useless. Meanwhile, club no ho muji sika twitwiri di e de free ho aba enti no ono so adwen tere no
baby o no sika na oje no obi se ekwan asika e for ba yedi twanika
Prince una o ka asim say obedi sika so be there that is what they must understand sanyu na lumba boy no o ti ase
chirema se
obedi sika so be that gene no o ti ase
chirema se
Lumba be so kire say no Obama ma o e no say oba no obe say o ko guy ni ho uko no no
Ukonom no.
numri de e bia meko obeto Friday sama obeto we ama obenum but sika de obedi o ba moko dem a o so hu say obe won adwuma ama sika na obedi no unim ji e ka ji a unim ji
enye hospital
konfanochi obe ma bokoda obedi sika no nsi bokoda ji bokoda konfanochi. Inti the players must know that you can't eat your cake and have it. Me, that is my principle in life. You can't eat your cake and have it. Inti it will be your best sacrifices be. Sacrifice, you know. And the effort never. You will say, "Oh, just can if you are on your way, Juma." It doesn't work that way. Inti that's what the Champions League, you know. Oh, Boko we nimu now sika eden. Dawson. Inti I didn't be obey your way, Juma, but to be doing sika and the players and the coaches must understand.
Okay.
In the Elali for Munya 12 away for standards for 12 points. Do you know how it's going to change their books? 11.5. You know how Auckland
now part-time players. No, omunya 4.6 million dollars. So me to me, and they are restructure. Team no. What baby see? Esu ni faso. Manchester United. Oman qualify for top 4 no. Say Adidas Kano esote how many percentage?
Na me see
20%. You catch Bruno Fernandes. So one qualify for Champions League.
The wages is
so. A team no elusi 20% of its revenue. The wages so Bruno or better say or better so.
Me see na sa tournament okay. Onim club akọ munya yanka. O me patch on omegwa ko bobi.
FC
Barcelona. Tournament we.
Omo discover.
Me see komu de mo last da be ko guso.
Ka Rafinha yanka o ka say nka ne mu o
see
Jessica ba because club omo here sika wo wi ase pa e Barcelona.
Do you know that Barca ending way in there and the Ochina and betua Messi money some other players some last branch of eka omodium spread here afi na
betua last
etua
Messi Jordi Alba Sergio Busquets Luis Suarez coming
Suarez
into who
Gerard Piqué so and on the all right
you see so sincerely speaking some of them Rafinha we cast no pa no main free
why say we call Barcelona we a big player
of course
we a big player
of course inti Charlie we useless let's to us but you see Inter Miami for no Debbie oh twen Inter Miami for no they should know say you're running football clubs are Messi 38 years Suarez 38 years Jordi Alba 36 years and I was 36 years. What the age is the boom? How many years?
200 plus.
148 years.
Messi now. Acquire send now for say.
Papa Ben a bit in there. 148 years. We didn't go for 4 ages the boom.
That's all Momo Dromo to
see. But so why should they? That's my point. So why should the club have all these players? It doesn't make sense.
Onim the kind of sponsorship or this idea.
Messi kwa you Messi free. Opa you Messi free for 38 36 for 10 because what sponsorship can they bring? Anyway. The club is the Messi free more. It is gone. Now, once they be founder Luis Enrique. He was magnanimous to them.
Some players in under him Barcelona.
And he for ne buy no. Ena
I think three of them played that.
Ena Otia break. Ena Oyi Okajen players na two some months here.
Omo months ase no. Oyomi free.
Can you say Charlie? Ebi edu. Senior man for game ni. Nti senior man yes. Nti senior man for game ni. For no eye. No mo ti dey be. Two some months here.
And Oyi wo mo.
Mama ba second half kura. Nah, we slow tempo na. Me honestly, it got to a point. I knew that out of respect, the goals were not going to increase.
Flow, yeah. Now for the first half there,
out of respect. Sometimes, intina
the goal,
intina buy and for. Intina buy and for no. Me what they did to Auckland no, nenye me there. But buy and for no. Do you know why they did that? If there had been any other club, it be a show respect. But not to put Auckland for in their proper place.
What
do you first say me professional player?
na say Bayern na so mo chi Barcelona show mo 8
and no
Come on, ruthless.
and no
For Chelsea, Bayern.
and no now one word obri asa 5 me say no se Bayern NH Inter Miami come to us 50
Oh, champion.
almost
oh no
Germans na kaswa son of
so that's how they
you have Messi.
Yeah, they don't have
Intina German national team. E go Brazil. E woni fie.
Krum
Oh, Bude Prano.
president obi ati hobi no
no mo sa game no after 4-0 we who changes are Joachim Low after 4-0 sa changes no on by no more the 3 in fact Andre Sola after scoring twice in that game onya chance bi mo no boss na Joachim Low can na dwen che no
yen komra na special mra no fa efisem emre yen yentie we na special emetenase